This video is made for adult collectors.
Hey, my name is Christopher, and this 2-pack is good, but it ain't that good. Jesus Christ, calm down.
I can't surrender at the turning point.
For legal reasons, these figures don't have their actual names, those being Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Ghost Goku, or as I like to call him, Ghost Ku. That was stupid. In case you don't know or haven't watched the series, this 2-pack is based off the iconic Father-Son Kamehameha from the Cell Saga in Dragon Ball Z. But as a matter of fact, this is not the only version of the Father-Son Kamehameha 2-pack or Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. There was a nearly identical version from actual Bandai. However, that one was an event exclusive, and I don't have it. And then there was also a singular release of just Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and if I remember correctly, that is the second ever 2.0 figure from SH Figure Arts. First one being this. And, ironically enough, the exclusive version is actually almost cheaper than this one. The original version of the singular release is like $100 aftermarket, which isn't bad, honestly, for a figure that old, of that age. This one has this one. However, this one has one thing going for it. It's more animation accurate, I think, as opposed to the exclusive edition, which has piss yellow hair. It's see-through as well. You could basically call that a piss ice cube. And it doesn't have actual battle damage. It just has scratches, which I never liked. When a character looks like this when they're battle damaged, I never understand why Bandai does this. Another thing that this one had going for it was its price. I say what? 'Cause Jesus. Nowadays, ironically, the most affordable one is the one that went out of production 7 years ago, I think. Or maybe 10. So anyway, I want to look at the Gohan first. And might I say, the painting and the sculpting here is awesome. It doesn't really leave much to be desired, unlike the official one. Seeing as this one actually has good battle damage, and the hair doesn't look like an actual piss ice cube, but that by no means means that it's perfect, as we've learned before, Zoro. No matter how much I'd like to say that the paint here is amazing, there are a few sloppy parts, like the aforementioned hair that I glazed just a second ago. I'm a hypocrite. And I can't forget the bluish stomach area due to the plastic being blue. Although my camera can't pick it up. Thank you, Nikon. There are also issues unrelated to the paint. Most notably, if you're ever dumb enough to buy this 2-pack, be careful with these wrist pegs. Not only for Gohan, but for Goku too. These wrist pegs out of the box were stuck tight, to the point where I broke the thing. Thankfully, it's the arm he broke in the anime. Oh, as well, I guess. It's also canon now. Still doesn't help. I did fix it, though, by gluing it back on there. By all means, that's a last resort in case you don't have a spare wrist peg. You should never glue anything back on unless you don't have any replacements for it. On that note, please, Tamashi, start including spare parts with your action figures, because you have a very bad habit of making fragile ass joints. I know. Shut up. I know this isn't Tamashi, but can we please normalize spare parts? Please? No? Okay. Also, that whole rant is because my romance on Luffy? Yeah, the shoulder broke. It's safe to say that the review of that figure is indefinitely postponed. But the wrist is not the only joint issue this figure has. Not at all. The legs are a mess. The hips and thighs are just... pops off here too, but that's not as... Oh, okay, never mind. It's worse. I hate this figure. Listen, okay, I really want to say I love it, but that would just be lying. Okay, it's like Sanji all over again. Check out that video if you haven't. Links in the description. And if you want to see me lose my mind over plastic. Also, it's not as solid as I would like it to be. It can go to hell. The accessories, however, they're fine. He comes with enough. The usual four faces, those being stern, cocky grin, gritted teeth, and a shouting face. He also comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of hands. Those being a pair of fists, Kamehameha / clawing hands, Ki blast hands, actual godforsaken relaxed hands. I don't see that often in Dragon Ball SHFs. Or at all. And he comes with effect hands for the included Kamehameha. This effect consists of... excuse me for a moment. Alright, I forgot. This godforsaken waste of clear plastic would not stay together at all. So I glued it together. But Christopher, you aren't supposed to do that! Kill yourself. This effect was in fact so annoying that I felt there was no other choice. For my sanity's sake, I had to glue it together. Shit. That way, I don't lose my goddamn mind over it. Speaking of losing my mind, it's time for the posability. And this will not be a fun experience at all. He has sort of a wrist peg looking neck joint, I guess you could call it, with a ball joint at the base of the neck. That allows him to look up that far and look down that far.
Oh.
And using the swivel here allows you to rotate the peg to give him some side to side. He has no butterfly joints. Ugh. But his arms, despite not having the most important arm joint, arguably, can still go forward that far and back not at all. The arms can rotate a full 360. They can go out that far. Swivel here! The elbows can bend that far. He has a standard wrist peg. Again, be careful! Ball joint here and here. Every ball joint. This allows for him to crunch that far. He also pops off here. God fucking damn it. The legs can rotate forward that far and back that far. Sadly, they can only get so much beautiful spread without them popping off. Swivel here. The knees can bend that far. Ball joint at the ankles. And a toe joint. Articulation here is fine, limited in some places, but it's just a shame that I don't want to pose him due to the issues. Anyway, it's time for a figure that has less issues, but still some major issues. Even then, I like this figure, for the most part. The painting and the sculpting on Father or Ghost Ku is pretty good. However, I'm not so sure how this figure will hold up, seeing as it is almost completely clear plastic and he already has a crack. God damn it. Clear plastic really isn't the best for action figures. Unless it's hair, which, in that case, it really doesn't go under much stress. I'll save that for later. Also, this is one of only two 2.0 Gokus that I have.
Fuck.
Fake fan! What, I like 3.0 more. Does that make me a fake fan? However, this figure is a floppy mess.
Oh shit.
There's a dick joke here, but I'm not gonna make it. It's not unbearable. I mean, it can still hold poses pretty well. But these god damn wrist joints! They split in half way too damn easy. I won't show you because I have kind of fixed them. For one of his wrist pegs, I just used toilet paper. And for the other, sticky tack. And I don't want to stick toilet paper or sticky tack back into the wrist pegs. It's kind of annoying, you see. Sticky tack didn't really work well. That was more of an experiment. I'll keep using toilet paper, thank you very much. Speaking of not working so well... Oh no. It's accessories time. For some ungodly reason, he comes with more than Gohan. Why does he come with more than Gohan? It's ironic, really, seeing as he's basically a glorified accessory. Anyway, he has two hair sculpts, one of them having 4 faces and the other having 3. I'll start with the base hair, which has a stern resting face, gritted teeth face, and a shouting face. The Super Saiyan hair has the same plus a grinning face. As for hands, they are the reason I said, speaking of not working so well, the connection between the hands and the wrist peg are just too damn tight. And that's not very good, considering how bad these pegs are. At least they're not Gohan bad. That's a long way of saying I won't be showcasing most of the hands on the figure. I will simply be swapping the Super Saiyan head onto God Ku to simulate it being the actual figure. Is it because you're lazy? Partly, yeah. Mostly because I don't want to break it. Oh, God. Anyway, he has a pair of fists. The only pair I'm gonna be showing on this figure. A pair of stance hands. A pair of Kamehameha hands. A pair of ki blasting hands. A pair of chopping hands. Or you could put the arm all the way up and you'll get... I'm not doing that. That's fucking insensitive. And finally, something most Gokus actually don't have. I mean, God Ku at least didn't have it. Why, I don't know. A pair of instant transmission hands. Accessories here are great, but why does Ghost Ku have more accessories than Gohan? I mean, look, he's the only figure actually showing in the... This is some actual grade A bullshit. You know what else is bullshit? The fact that this figure also articulates better than Gohan. What the He has basically the same neck articulation as Gohan.
Fuck.
Actual butterfly joints? Whoop-de-doo! 360 shoulder range. Annoying ass 2.0 sleeve design that allow the arms to go out that far. Bicep swivel. Elbow range is great. Fragile wrist pegs, again, I can't stress this enough, be careful! Ab crunches on a ball joint and a hinge joint, which I modded to get more range. Just snip off a little stopper and you're good. This ab crunch system allows him to crunch forward that far and not at all back. However, thanks to the ball joint, he can get a slight side to side, Waist is on a ball joint that acts more like a swivel. Legs can go forward that far and back that far. Beautiful spread. Be careful. A tight ass swivel here. Knee bend. That's decent. Dumbbell joint at the ankle. This joint allows for a slight pivot. And finally, a toe joint. Honestly, if it weren't for the figure being loose and potentially fragile, this would be amazing. And if these goddamn wrist joints were actually to stay together on swapping hands, I would actually display Goku. Yes, I'm not gonna display them anymore. That goes for Gohan too, by the way. Anyway, now that I covered both figures and why they suck, let's get to some size comparisons. Here they are next to the far superior adult Daima Goku, the God Goku. My previous review, the Nendoroid Freddy Fazbear, also thank you for over 200 views on that video, holy shit. Here they are next to Son Gohan, the fighter who surpassed Goku. That's what the box says. This is also the far superior figure. And Lego and Blockies. Oh, and I almost forgot. Here he is next to the... Nah, I'll save that for later. The scale here is 1/12, so he will scale with your other SH Figure Arts or other 1/12 brands, for instance, Mafex. I still don't have a Mafex figure. So, with all my complaints out of the way, what do I think about the 2-pack? A waste of money. However, the set itself does get a 7 out of 10 in my book. Figures themselves, however. Gohan gets a 2.5 or a 3 out of 10. Goku, it being the better figure, ironically, it gets a 5 out of 10. Mostly because of how fragile and floppy it is. So do I recommend it? No, are you insane? For the original price that this pack went for sure, around $40, I think. For its current price, nah. Fuck it. Honestly, for the price it goes for nowadays, just get the EE or even the single Gohan figure. Cause that'll be a lot more worth the value, and honestly, I really want to love them, but no. But Christopher, at the start of this video you said this 2-pack was good. Indeed I did. And honestly, it is. It is a good 2-pack. That doesn't mean they're good figures, however. Go die. And if I can just be honest, I'm getting sick and tired of complaining so much about plastic. So you know what? Next time, I'm going to be taking a look at a figure I actually enjoy. Which figure is that? Stay to the end, then you'll find out. Anyway, I'm going to go get some sleep. See y'all next time. Hey there! Outro Christopher here. Just wanted to tell you that if you liked what you just watched, why not consider liking the video, subscribing, or even sharing it with your friends. I also have a Discord server, link in the description, and in my bio. Okay, that's all. I'll leave you alone now. With this absolute cluster of a 2-pack out of the way, I think it's about time we get to the good stuff.